Album review. Today's album is Issue's Beautiful Oblivion. We're joined today by myself, Denver, Joe.
Hello.
Will.
Hello.
And Aidan.
Headspace.
Oh, if
the
only.
best Issues album. Am I right, guys?
Disagree.
You're right.
I meant to listen back to it, actually, to sort of figure out how much it did or
get a bit of analysis. Sorry, I'm sitting up now. I wasn't serious before, but now it's serious.
Ooh.
About time.
Without the contrast in this album of the screamy, it's basically just a good singer with a really overly excited backing track.
Fucking hell, yes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And, that's not to say that I didn't think this was an amazing album. The singing is always on point and the lyrics are all fantastic. And I love how the songs can sort of, switch it up in the verses to the point where, on the first few listens, every verse felt fresh.
Mm.
And I'm not saying they mixed up, well, obviously they mixed up lyrically, but what I mean is, there was loads of little it's like little Easter eggs, little chocolate droppings.
Little tidbits, I like to call them.
You can't say that. That's
Why
their
not?
word. That's their word.
Whose word?
It's their word.
Whose?
The tidbits. Oh, shit, I can't say that.
Who is
Denver,
the tit?
Denver, cut that.
I have to cut that now.
I don't understand. What's this?
Can't say tidbits.
Why?
Denver, I said it again. Cut it.
I don't understand. Why can't you say tidbits?
Bro!
Oh, don't cut that again now.
Am I being...
That's so racist.
Is it racist?
It's
is it
so
actually?
racist.
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Yeah, genuinely.
Yeah.
Look it up. Google it. Google it right now.
I've genuinely been saying that for the last couple of weeks. A lot.
But just straight up to people, you've just been saying that.
What up, my tidbits?
Little tidbits. A tidbit means a small bit of tasty food.
Yeah, I know, we're fucking with you.
You fucking... For God's sake.
We got you,
I was like, oh my God.
You fucking idiot.
I was like, all my black friends probably hate me.
Oh my God. Right, Joe, you say all my black friends. How many black friends do you have?
None.
Oh, no. That's why I was laughing so hard. Joe's like, all of them. Where the fuck was I? Oh, shit.
You're saying about excitable.
I like
backing.
how they. Nah, we already. I like how they did the verses. They always felt fresh. Right. So their style overall seems to be progressing towards a sort of mash of pop and metal, and I've got to admit that it kind of works for what they did. But while I thought that all their songs were good, it was them memorability that almost ended up being their downfall, or my inability to remember them rather, because I struggled to pick the top three, not because they weren't all good songs, but because I kept thinking, yeah, it's good, but it's not top three material. It's not like Carlin, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
It's not quite Carlin.
It's more like Budweiser.
There's nothing that quite stands out as the brackets almost, where you usually you can imagine the brackets of tiers of songs,
yeah, no, definitely.
You know
and
what I mean?
all these all just sort of they're all in a pretty good tier, but very few of them broke the barrier because on most albums you get a song that's iconic. You're like, oh shit, that is the song of the album.
Yeah.
But in this I almost found I was I like these three, and then that one could maybe be in there.
It lacked a hero, is what you're trying to say.
Well, that was literally my next point. The problem that I have right now is I didn't find my new hero.
No.
But I did find a new deep song. What song? Flexing. Just a kind of annoying.
Yep.
just kind of irritating.
Very weird.
Well, I don't know. I liked it. I liked the whole aesthetic of it. I was just the chorus is fucking annoying.
He had there was parts of it where I couldn't really understand if I liked that song or not. Because sometimes I was like, this is sometimes the verses were quite nice. I don't know. But then
No, they were, definitely, 100%.
And he actually had, weirdly, I kept thinking he sounded a bit like Michael Jackson. Like those bits of like when he was singing it, elements of like how Michael Jackson would sing a song.
What, the little like hee-hees?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else felt that, but
I never thought yes, Michael Jackson, but I can see where you're coming from.
Elements of like
I don't ever think yes, Michael Jackson. To be perfectly honest,
it's always
No. Not this
Brilliant.
time, Michael. Not this time.
Oh, that was fucking disgusting.
Simone!
That's his thing, isn't it?
Oh God!
Oh, no,
I always thought this is a really disgusting thought, but like
But
I always thought, Brendan Urie,
Hmm?
like, and this is
He
is kind of a
kisses
weird thing to say.
girls. He kisses
What is
girls. That's gross.
Isn't
Well,
it?
gross.
Isn't it weird to imagine him having sex? Like he's just such a happy guy all the time. You can just
He's a
imagine him
lady
doing
killer.
You can imagine him doing his little high pitched notes during the
He's
sex.
gay, isn't
He's gay. No, he's pan. I'm pretty sure he's pansexual.
No, he's married.
He's married.
I'm pretty sure he's too fit.
He's married to his wife, but he came out saying that he's pansexual. What is that? What is funny about that?
What a statement.
He's not going to be
He's
married to his brother, is he?
He could be married to his husband. I don't know.
Yeah, he's
I
not
mean,
gay.
there are only really there are many outcomes in that nowadays.
He came out while he was married to his wife, I'm pretty sure. But I was saying, like, he's just such a happy guy, and you don't really smile when you're having sex, do you? Like,
I do.
Like,
What?
it's pretty creepy.
Directly into their eyes.
Just like a proper Joker
Just a demented smile.
Oh God!
So it's just like, I hate this. I hate every
So where
second.
did this come from?
Because I've thought about it before, and that reminded me of it. That's all.
Michael
But
Jackson reminded you of Brendan Urie having sex.
I see. We do not share the same thoughts on this.
No, what the fuck? Come from?
So move on. I'm embarrassed
Joe
myself.
just reveals this in a TED talk. He's like, I see that you don't all share my opinion.
I've embarrassed myself.
I've always
Please move on.
wanted to go in an elevator, and like when we start going up, it's like really crowded, and I just go, so you're wondering why I brought you all here today?
What?
Just see how they react.
And then you just whip out nunchucks.
What? Where was I hiding them?
Prison pocket.
I just start swinging wildly. I mean, that's one way to stop people from like going near you.
Yeah, they're all just like clinging to the side of the elevator.
Just start windmilling nunchucks.
So here's your COVID prevention kit. So you got a mask, some hand sanitizer, and your pair of nunchucks. You just like start spinning them.
You're already spinning them before like the second the doors open, so no one can get in properly.
At work,
You can't even let them out.
At work, we have like what we call the social distance knife, and we have like those box cutter knives, but they're on like an elastic type of phone cable. So like whenever someone comes near us, we go social distance knife, and we throw it at them, and it goes to about 2 meters. It works. And now I don't have a job.
Yeah. I was going to say, after blinding a child, Joe doesn't have a job anymore.
Oh,
Mummy, look, a new phone. Social
distance knife.
But when his boss comes up to him and goes, Joe, I need to speak to you, go, not today, love, I'm off to Bacchus.
Why is this still a thing?
It will forever be a thing.
And at that point, he leaves the door while spinning the nunchucks around.
Calling everyone tidbit.
You can't say that, Will.
It's racist.
Fuck. Number three, third favourite. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
No problem. That's right. Who doesn't love a good church choir?
I can't even remember that one.
Priests certainly do.
Oh, it's that one.
It's
Yeah,
that one.
that one
There
was
was
cool.
two
Yeah.
songs with the church choir, wasn't there?
There was.
Would you call it a church choir?
An ensemble is what I'd call it.
It's more of just random voices, wasn't it?
You can't say that.
Not random voice. Joe, come on. You did music.
That's what I call it. Wait,
Shocking.
Yeah.
that's when I make
Well, to be fair.
when I make like drum
Shut
kit
up.
noises.
Shut the
I'm
fuck
like,
up. Shut up.
okay,
Shut your fucking mouth.
you fucking shut up.
Right. That's it. Don't make me come down there.
I mean, where you gonna come?
Excuse me?
Carry on.
Well, I don't want to now.
I'm a bit disturbed.
I know I'm in a weird, horny mood tonight.
Yeah, why do you keep bringing this shit up, Joe?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just deprived.
Wow.
Maybe I'm not, and now I'm just addicted.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
They're all ideal.
Guys, why was a pigeon on the front cover of Issues last album?
Was it?
Because they're the rats of the sky.
Issues are all rats.
I'll tell you what, the
I quite like
album
the album
cover of
art.
this reminds me of Bring Me the Horizon Medicines. As tapping out. It reminds me of Medicines music video.
Yeah.
Oh, a much worse song on a much worse
I
album.
like Medicine.
Much better.
Nah, much worse song on a much worse album. Fight me. Yeah, third favourite is no problem. In all seriousness, I think the Issues' ability to mix genres and somehow make them work is pretty incredible. I love that shit. It's great. They've done it. This album specifically is the one that the only one that we've listened to that has done that more. I guess that's just the direction that they're taking. They're like, what if?
Oh my god.
Sorry, Joe actually where to come and I didn't want to make a mess. So.
Fucking hell. What the fuck?
I don't know. Something just got stuck in my throat.
It's a bit of Corona in there.
Look at my throat. Corona.
Oh, fucking hell.
Got a Corona in the fridge, actually. Just one single Corona.
Smash it to assert. Fuck. All right, I'll try again. Smash it to assert dominance.
Over who?
The virus.
Oh, yes. Ideal.
I hate when you say that.
It's fucking same.
Yes, ideal.
He fucking says it about 50 times a day.
I can't help it.
Fuck you. What the fuck was I saying?
Second favourite.
No, it wasn't that. I was talking about the ability to mix genres and stuff.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter anymore. Second favourite. Find Forever.
Fine.
Look, these are all like strange picks.
They are.
These are not strange picks. What are you saying? These are the only ones to me that stuck out like properly.
This is the other song with the choir in it.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Maybe I've got a taste for my own cum.
Choir.
Yeah, it really flips their music on its head. I loved it. So bopping. Big fan of the funk influences on this one. Like, whereas I'd say No Problem has a lot of like R&B influence, I think that Find Forever has a lot of like funky sort of, like, a lot of bass stuff.
There's a lot of funk in this album in general. I felt like they had taken funk beats and just played it with a metal like tone.
And that's what I like.
Metal?
Metal.
No.
They call this style of playing guitar gent. Is what they call it.
I'm pretty sure that's the game from The Witcher, isn't it?
Oh,
Card
fuck, I
game.
was just thinking that.
Gwent.
Care for a game of Ghent, Geralt? Are you okay?
But no, gent is like it's supposed to be like this, like rhythmically, like pretty much all
First
top string
favourite.
type of What the fuck? You son of a bitch!
Sorry, my dog's just going schizo in my house.
Same.
You can't hear it when I'm not talking, but
Well, that was just you echoing.
see, you can hear it. Like, if I keep talking, can you hear that? Can you hear that? Can you hear that?
No, we can't actually.
You can't hear anything.
Can I make my
Fuck,
point?
my dog died 4 years ago.
Oh shit! It's just, like in a haunted house where they say like the things that died in it, like the noise of them stays within the walls. Is that just your dog? Your walls just bark every so often.
What if you had like a chihuahua? Like, could you imagine how awful that would be? You're trying to fall asleep and he's like, you're like, fuck, I'm just trying to sleep.
Yeah, you just start demolishing the wall to lower the volume.
That's a horror movie in and of itself. Like, you go so insane because of the noise of the chihuahua, you tear out all of the walls.
You just burn the house
It's
down.
just one room.
Just all open plan.
Here's my house. Here's my bed. And here's my kitchen, all in the same room.
That's called an apartment.
I'm actually going to shit in your mouth if you don't shut up. Number 1, bit of a... Now, this is the only one that I would have seen as a curveball, but maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm Maybelline. But my favourite one was Your Sake.
Oh, it's acoustic.
It is. It's all piano.
Love it. Very powerful. Very, like, kissable.
Kissable.
I love everything about this song. I think the lyrics are great and just like very deep and meaningful. And
I would heavily agree with that. The lyrics were actually really like. Usually, like you listen to like an acoustic song, you're like, it's a bit cringy, or it's just not that powerful. And this, like the lyrics were just, you could tell it was actually something that I'd been through.
Shit, bro, I felt it.
I felt it as well, but the issue is
I felt it more.
I felt it more.
The
But
issue you had.
the issues I have is that I can't, because of Ghost of Tsushima, I can't see the word "sake" without
Sake.
sake. Yeah, so I was like, "Your sake." I was like, "What? That's a weird name for a song." And then I realized
It's like saying your beer or your vodka, half vodka bottle that Aidan took out.
Yeah, so drink.
I still I don't see the problem with that.
Moving on, sake.
No, well,
Sake.
I was going to say I just can't believe that Kenji killed the Khan.
Still not beat that well.
We've been moving, Denver. When have I had time to play it?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Sake.
Sake.
Right, should I do mine? Fucking hell. What a long review.
Look, I've never been interrupted that much. I didn't know what to do.
Have you got any summary things, Aidan?
Yeah,
Closing
fuck Joe
statement.
Middle.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you a lot.
You mean you're just doing it again now, you fact?
I said I'm sorry.
God. I'll go. Okay.
Fucking tidbit.
I thought this album was okay. I think it suffers from being slightly too long, or at least it feels too long. It felt like the album was never going to end. I don't know if anyone else felt like that.
No.
And I just put it on in the background, and it just felt like it was lasting ages.
It's only 46 minutes long.
I know, but it just felt ages.
And a lot of the songs are like 3 minutes or like less than 3 minutes.
I don't know why it felt so long for me.
No, a lot of the songs are 3 minutes or more than 3 minutes, Joe.
No,
right. So a lot of the songs are 2 minutes or maybe more than 2 minutes.
3 minutes or less than 3 minutes.
So 4 minutes and less than 2 minutes.
I'm so confused.
So 5 minutes or 6 minutes.
Joe, shut up.
Fuck my life. What I feel like it's like that for is because I feel like it makes it some of the things are very forgettable. Like you said, Aidan, it's just like a lot of the things I don't actually remember. It's just, I think that's why it felt so long, because it was just, a lot of the stuff was quite forgettable, other than like particular bits that would stand out, which I will say, I don't think there was many verses in the entire album that were really that strong. I think like everything was kind of in the chorus that did stand out for me.
That's all that matters.
But it isn't.
Well, all right, okay. What are you saying right now?
We found a lot of
you're just finding
weird.
You're pumping all this negative hate into an album that doesn't deserve it.
Oh no, I'm starting with the negative.
Sorry, go on.
I'm not just saying shit.
Wow me with your positives. Wow me.
You're putting me on depression now. But anyway, I was going to say there's a lot of forgettable moments. I didn't think the verses stood out that much.
Not wowing me.
But the choruses were good enough to kind of pull through the songs.
Pulling through, not wow.
Not wow.
But only particular. Will you shut the fuck up?
No.
He obviously has a really good voice. But I feel like a lot of the songs that make it forgettable is actually just the songs that are with a proper metal backing. They don't stand out at all to me. They're the forgetful ones. Because like all my top 3 are basically the ones that don't really have any metal backing or if they do, it's very little.
See, I would disagree completely.
But you like metal, Joe.
Yeah, but it's I get that it's like a metal backing, but it's not heavy.
A lot of it is. This is what I agreed with Aidan on, in that a lot of it is like just going nuts in the background for no reason, and like when he was just thrashing the guitar to like the typical metal tone, and it was just fucking, those songs just became so forgettable to me because it just almost took it away from his voice. Whereas the songs that were a bit more like funky and had like a bit of a nicer, catchier melody to them stood out way more.
I can respect that.
But in the same regards as what Aidan said as well, because of this, I feel like they are quite good at switching in and in between like different styles of music, which I really like. And I think it's, like you said, I don't think I've seen any other band kind of do it like the way they do. It's really bizarre. But I think that happens quite easily because of how good his voice is. Just like he can switch his tone to almost any genre really quickly, which I think is fucking ace. And a lot of the songs had elements of just different backing or whatever. Worst for me was Flexing. Like I said, I couldn't decide if I liked it or not really. But then like on my final listen through, I was like, yeah, it's not really enjoyable at all. And I also don't like the lyrics of the song. It's kind of cringe. But it stood out being the worst because it was just a bit of a mess, it felt. Which I think
watched the video for it either.
I did.
No.
I did not.
So
weird.
It was pretty weird.
I feel
like him
if
as
it
an
was
old man
refined-
going around shopping and
Not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
Does it have any context to the song?
don't know. I don't listen.
I mean, flexing, maybe some implications behind, like,
Showing off, like because he was buying
showing
stuff
off,
and
but
going
it's
around in
more
a
like-
Bentley and stuff.
but not even really that. It's more like showing off, like how, I guess, free he feels. So maybe it could be something to do with his sexuality.
Hmm.
Yeah, because he was dressed in women's clothes. To be fair.
So, like, maybe it's a comfort thing. I'm flexing because I'm comfortable with who I am and you're not. And I'm just sat there eating an ice cream going,
That's quite sad, bro.
yeah, well, I'm not flexing, am I?
No, you're not. But I feel like Flexing could have been really good though if it was done right. But I didn't like it when he was like singing high pitch over it that much. It just wasn't my. I don't know. It kind of put me off this whole song in general.
We'll be like, it needs more Scottish.
It does. It needs way more Scottish.
Do you
Top-
imagine ruining a song?
Top three. There was a few that could have been third, but I feel like on the final listen, this one stood out a lot more. And that was Find Forever.
Ooh.
Super nice. But again, like my top three just are the ones basically without any metal in them at all. They're just like the proper funky beats with like funky rhythms with a nice backing and great singing over them. And this stood out in particular when they bring in the ensemble, we'll fucking call it, because I don't know what else you call it.
I feel like you almost. I think you've taken out of context what I actually meant when I said about the overly excited backing. I did still really quite like it for the most part. Even the metal bits, I did really genuinely enjoy them.
Oh, I didn't like them.
I thought they worked extremely well with the songs, and because of the hard contrast of not necessarily the actual instruments or the way that they're played, but the genre being the thing that switched up, yet somehow still retained, was the thing that I really liked.
Right. That's fair enough. To me, I'd find it like it ending up a bit of a mess sometimes when it happened like that. Because like these three that I say, they barely have any of that in it, and it makes them sound more refined and finished. Whereas I feel like the others are a bit like why is all this mess in there? I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know.
I didn't find it mess. I just found it quite interesting.
Yeah, like I didn't. I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
For me, it took away like. Because a lot of metal stuff like that can sound very similar. And I think that's why it made some things forgettable. But that's just like me, I guess. It just, I don't know if that makes
I get
sense.
what you mean. Like you can almost predict that an Issue song is just going to be
Yeah.
that just really fast shit.
And it can take away from his voice, I feel, which just which I feel like they don't need to do because he's definitely the strongest part of this band, kind of thing. Not
Oh,
necessarily. the backing up.
unbelievably so.
Like,
Unbelievably
he's
so.
unreal, yeah. Second, bit of a surprise was Your Sake. Fucking hell, his vocals in
Your
that.
sake.
Sorry, you mean your sake?
Sorry, Your Sake.
You ruined that fucking song for me.
What the fuck?
Kenji is the worst character.
Well,
Best
your
character.
sake.
Fight me, he's the worst.
Legendary samurai Kenji.
Your Sake.
Whoa, Will.
Lord Sakai, not Lord Sake.
Oh.
Lord Sake.
It don't make sense why you keep hiding in the barrels.
Your Shura.
Or like Lord Stab in the gut.
Great vocals in that song. Some of the nicest lyrics ever.
Ever.
It was like one of those things that it pulls you in to actually want to hear what he's saying. That makes sense. A lot of songs, like you listen to them and you like the actual general sound of them, but you don't probably take in what the lyrics are. Whereas this, it almost like forces you to because you become intrigued by it. Just because of the way he sings it, you can almost like feel the emotion in his voice, which I really liked. It was quite close to being my first. But number one was actually Rain. I thought that was fucking awesome. I felt like it was one of the only songs where the verse and the chorus were equally as good, and I felt like it held strong like the entire way through. It was just fucking awesome, like the catchiest chorus ever. However, when he says "Why the hell," it does sound so much like apart from the last album, but I don't know what song it is. But that is the one song that has stuck in my mind out of the whole lot, and I've remembered the most. And probably just them top three mainly, they stuck out just way more than the rest. However, like I say, there was a lot that could have been third. Starting with Tapping Out, which I thought was great. Even when it had the metal in it, I feel like it worked a lot better and it wasn't just a complete mess in my eyes. It was really nice.
The thing is with that is they used the metal at the end, so it was like the build up to it.
No, I really like that. And that's the only song I'd heard off of this album before, listening to this. And to be fair, I used to like listen to it on repeat, but obviously these songs have stood out more to me on the actual listening to the whole album. Beautiful Oblivion, I thought that was a really good end to the album.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I like having the title of the album being either the first or last song. I didn't think Beautiful Oblivion was that great, but I do like it when in the music.
I like it to be in fourth place, just so that...
I think the way that your brain works, Denver, is pretty strange.
Yeah?
Well, that's just a weird thing to like.
I think it's because I think the album should be called... If you're going to name it after a song, why is it song number, 6 of 9, you know? Like, put it at the start or the end, you know? It's nice and clean that way.
Guys, if we're going to chase down Dominic Toretto, we're going to have to be fast and furious. 7.
Vin Diesel.
Here's my brother, John Cena.
I haven't seen that yet. Oh, wait, it's not out. That's why.
Brilliant.
Drink About It was my last honourable mention. I thought that was really good. Well, I can't actually remember why, but I think it's stood out after Here's to You.
That's the problem. That's what it kind of. That's what it kind of boils down to.
Yes,
this really good. Don't know.
I can't remember why. Yeah, exactly. It's trouble is it's just too forgettable.
It's kind of like this album is like a pack of Starburst.
Yeah.
Like you eat it, you're like, fuck, I love Starburst, and then you eat it, and you're like, I don't remember eating them Starburst.
No, exactly. It's like it's
exactly. Am I right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the best.
Exactly like.
Let me just go get a pack of Starburst.
Best sweets, EU. Don't blame me on that. They're the best.
Werther's originals are the best sweets.
Fuck off.
And I get made fun of. I get made fun of for everyone calls me granddad for liking them.
Because they are granddad.
They're great,
sweet.
but they're not the best.
Yeah, but they're just buttery and
Skittles are the best.
yeah.
Skittles are not the best.
Fucking
Skittles definitely are not the best.
I used to be that weird kid that had the sour Skittles.
Oh,
I
what?
bought them.
I fucking hate sour things.
I used to like sucking them.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I can't.
And then I took the Skittles.
All right, Aidan, what's your favourite sweet?
Pussy.
Denver?
I think probably Haribo Star Mix.
Oh,
Go to.
that's so boring. Fuck me. Fucking
Not
Haribo.
Not the Tang Fastics.
Maybe if I want to change it up, you know, can't have like 20 packets of Tam Fastics back to back.
Fucking watch me. I will devour them.
The issue with Tang Fastics is they just friction your tongue down, you know, because you've got to lick all the fucking sugar off it. And then
But you
by the
don't
end,
have
your
to
tongue-
lick all the sugar off it. You can just eat
yeah.
it.
Your tongue is just really sore afterwards. I
Joe
find.
just fucking licks the sugar off.
I do. It's like the same with Pringles, isn't it? You always lick the back of the Pringle before you eat it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Don't you dare think it. Everyone licks the back of a Pringle before they eat a Pringle.
No, they fucking don't, you weird.
I am not fucking weird for that.
Right, Joe, I used
swear
to do that,
fucking
to be
God.
fair.
Right, thank you.
Right, so sorry, it's a 10-year-old thing, is it?
No,
Just like Mel.
I do it sometimes, just not all the time.
Thank you.
Joe's either 10 when he licks his Pringles or he's fucking 80 when he eats
It's-
whoever's original.
The salt is just too overpowering if you don't do it.
So what,
So you just lick pure salt?
I just lick
a direct line of salt. You're like, this is too powerful. Let me have the pure shit.
Yeah, well, you know, Joe, when he has fish and chips, he goes to put salt and pepper on it or whatever. He goes, no salt, just put a line of salt on the side. I'll just take that straight and then have the fish and chips.
Just snorts the salt and then eats the fish.
It's like when I go to Burger King, I like put like salt on the burger and then I make a pool of salt for dipping.
I'm not even fucking with you. He does that. He
Terrible.
makes a small pool of cholesterol and ketchup.
Cholesterol.
Fucking vile.
Just straight into the veins.
To be fair, I haven't done that in a
Oh
couple
my
of
God.
years.
Years.
Yeah.
No, I don't sure I believe
When
that.
was the last time you went to Burger King?
Last week, but I didn't do it. I didn't do it then.
Just
Disappointed.
just out.
Thank you. I mean,
That's
Proud of him, Joe.
I mean, no.
That's all he's ever asked for.
To summarise, great voice, mediocre album with some little nice gems in there.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Mediocre.
We just listened to Biffy Clyro and you're calling this shit a mediocre album.
Oh,
This
God.
is nothing compared.
He just
to
talks
Biffy.
shit, doesn't he?
Fuck off.
Do you feel like it missed the Screamo guy?
Almost in some aspects, yes.
No.
Because I would say that without the Screamo guy, the good songs aren't as good. Because you don't have the shitness to you don't have the salt to dip with your ketchup.
Exactly. And even the one song that has Screamo didn't like the Screamo.
I did. But
Like,
I
it wasn't as
Screamo.
good as the old guy, I didn't think.
But this is nothing to do with the fact that Will is just barefaced lying about this album.
I'm not lying.
Suck my ass.
There was a big resistance to put it on
Like,
every time.
that was not okay.
See, it's just, I found it very forgettable, right?
I think it's more the fact that we've just come off the back of Biffy.
That's the
which is-
problem.
yeah.
Like, all these albums that are fucking wank, you're just rating like a nut. You're literally reverse Joe. You've taken his role. You were just like, KSI album, brilliant.
Give it brilliant. I only gave it a 6 or 7.
No, you didn't. You give it like
You
a
give it an 8.
9. Yeah, you give
No, I didn't.
Nah, he gave it a 7.
Still,
Thank you.
like, could you imagine giving a KSI album a 7?
I liked it.
Fuck off. You're wrong. You're literally wrong.
I mean, it is my opinion, but
Fuck
go
off. You're wrong.
Your opinion!
How do you know what's good for me? That's my opinion!
on. So Biffy got #1 album, so just saying.
Yes, in Uganda. We
No,
talked
in the
about
world.
this. I really like this song. This is my favorite song of the I wrote album.
My favorite song by the Biffy Clyro.
This is #1 on the Biffy Clyro.
I'm pretty sure.
This is a radio station in Uganda just playing just
Yeah,
this
just like-
album.
It's just like, this is #1 album out of #1 album. It's the top one on this pirate radio station in Uganda. And Will's like, yeah, fuck it, that's a 1. That's still a 1.
It's always the thing with charts, right? There's so many different charts. Like, which is the chart? You know, like anyone can be number 1 in something.
Exactly. Like Joe could even be number 1 in Decent Human Being in like North Korea or something.
Aw, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
It's the UK's official chart.
I don't
Yeah, but
care.
which one is that?
I
Because
think
it's not Links FM's chart, that's for sure.
It's the one run by them dirty Frenchies.
Is it the BBC chart?
It's official chart, BBC Radio 1.
It says official on it.
That is what everyone bases the UK number 1 on.
Yeah, but not Links FM.
Well, they're not the UK number 1.
Yeah, because Links FM have their own.
Well, come on now. It's okay.
It's not the official.
But they're not the UK number 1. They can't be. Because that would mean that like several million people would have to be wrong. And the last time that happened, a lot of Jews died. Prick.
Oh, how did that album do on Metacritic?
Metacritic.
On Rotten Tomatoes.
Does Metacritic do
Albums,
Why
yeah.
can't you say Metacritic?
Metacritic. There you go. I got it.
Okay, so it has a user score of 9.2
Oh my god.
out of 12.
Ah.
If you type in Biffy on a thingy, it comes up as person.
Oh.
That's a conspiracy.
Certainly is, Joe.
I love Joe. Like, what the fuck? We're just like, sure does, Joe.
Oh, it's got a 60 from the Observer, Will.
Oh, that's all right then.
That's not good.
Well, no, that's great. What did the Observer say? Pretty shit fucking album. Oh, thanks, Observer. That's a 6.
Hang on, why did we... For the first time ever, we've done it in the wrong order.
Oh, what? Really?
No, oh shit, no, carry on.
No, we haven't.
Ugh.
Who is it next?
It's Joe.
It's Joe.
Hello. I thought it was a great album. I really enjoyed it.
You're welcome, Joe. You're welcome.
Hooray.
Yeah, I did. I'm kind of going to blitz through this.
100th pick extravaganza, baby.
I think there's nothing like... They've just improved so much from their previous album. Obviously, we didn't have another hero, which is very disappointing, but I never really expected to have another hero.
Yeah, but how do you fuck, what am I trying to say?
I feel like
how
what
do
made
you
it
improve upon
perfection.
Well, I think the thing is they've like, obviously you go back to the Headspace album, and just a lot of it felt hollow. Like there was only like really like the 2 songs that I liked, which was Coma and Hero, that really felt like they'd really put effort into it production wise. The rest of it just kind of felt really hollow and there's not much to it. Whereas this, I felt like every song was a strong contender. Like my top 3 was a really hard top 3 because I thought most of them were fucking great. You know, I'm not going to say it's the best thing in the world because it's not, and I think it falls into the same thing where it's quite forgettable as well. I think the screaming was better than the last album when they used it in Tapping Out. But before I even go into my mentions, I want to give an honourable mention to Your Sake and Tapping Out, because those 2 songs are fucking great. Your Sake was so close to being on my top 3, but the way I thought about it was like, am I going to put it on my playlist? Or am I going to put something else? So it felt bad to say, no, I'm not going to put that on my playlist, but then put another song on my playlist. So I didn't put it on my top 3. It was so close, though. And then Tapping Out was originally on my top 3 and then changed last minute because I really liked the ending. I had a cool thing. Then I just realised there's just better songs. There's just, better shit out there. But obviously my least favourite was Flexing. Because it was just weird. I respected them for giving it a go. You know, I was like, they're trying to do something different, but you know, it's not really working.
At least it was short.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it as well. I was like, but it felt long. That was the issue with it. But yeah, no, I definitely respect them for trying to do something different, but it just came off really annoying.
I thought Rain felt really long as a song. I don't know, like...
And that was quite short.
Really? But by because there's about 4 choruses in it, and by the 4th one, I was just like, yeah, I think
You're just done with it, yeah.
like, it's a great song. Don't get me wrong. I was just like, but I've heard it all now. You know.
I think your sake was unexpected. I thought I wasn't expecting a slow song from this album. Did anyone else feel that?
Yeah,
I liked it. I liked it at the end as well.
I was hoping that they would do something like this.
These type of songs, you never really find them in a metal or metalcore pop album. Pop definitely, but they're very rare in that metalcore type of scene.
Mm-hmm.
So to have that come out on this was pretty fucking cool, and I liked it. I think it felt very, very borderline to being boring. Your sake, but it was still good, and I think the impact of the vocals made it.
Yeah, I mean, you're wrong.
Not so.
You know how I said that I felt the album felt long?
Yeah.
This particular song, when I first listened to it, I had to look to check it was the same album still. So
because it's such a change up, isn't it?
Much like you've just said, you felt it was unexpected. I was like, am I on a different album now? What is this? That's how unexpected it was for me.
Yeah, 100%. I actually did that a couple of times on this album. I was like, shit, same album? Yep, great. I thought everything was just really rhythmically interesting. I feel like this is where the album glows.
It excels.
It excels in rhythm. Melody's great too, but I've never heard such a more complex fucking rhythmic pattern, guitars, drums, just the amount of work they must have done to have everything just be so tight like that. Everything's just so fucking professional. It's so good. I'm just it's fucking insane that they can do it as tight as they've got it on this album, especially with the production and stuff like that. So I'd love to go see them live, to see them do this shit live, because like I say, the guitars sound so fucking difficult to play. And I respect them for it. My third favorite was Downfall. There you go. I like the chorus in that one. I like it when it drops and he says Downfall.
Feels big, that one, doesn't it?
Does feel big, yeah.
I had a feeling you'd like that one. That's quite a heavy one in general, isn't it?
It's got the ambience in it.
Yeah,
I love ambience. And
I do love ambulances,
and it has it always builds to the chorus. I
like the way they go wee woo,
wee woo, wee woo,
and that they cart dying people around.
Or the living dead.
But I wanna be.
Second favorite. Second best.
That's not a song.
Holy shit, I just realised if I put Tapping Out, it would have been fourth song.
It would have been the fourth song.
But it is a good song. And
but you
fourth.
didn't. No.
So second best is your second best. Did you do that just for that?
I didn't know, but I've just realised as you said it that's actually...
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck are you on about?
Yeah. Fucking just... Again, it was just groovy. Really liked it. It was the one when it came on and I looked at Holly in the car and I was like, ooh, I like this.
That was one of the more forgettable ones.
You know? Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah, Devin, but that's your opinion.
I'm sharing.
It wasn't. Thing is that this one wasn't that complicated in rhythm. It was definitely more chordy. But it was nice. It was more mellow. It wasn't as fucking hype as the other ones. And my favourite was Rain.
Good choice.
There you go. It was short. I wish the song was louder. Not louder.
Just turn it up, Joe.
Just turn it up.
It's just better.
I wish it was longer because it had the best. I feel like in his range, he was in his prime range. You know, if that makes sense. Where he was singing was where he excels in, and I thought it was awesome. All the verses were as catchy as the choruses, and it was nice. I liked it. Good album. And that's literally all I really have to say to it. It was good, much improved on the last one, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks for picking it.
But Joe, was there a hero?
There was not a hero.
I don't think it's as good as the last one, to be honest.
Yeah, but misremembering how good the last album was
because
based
I
on
don't
those
think
favorite
any of the
songs.
songs are as good as the realist.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be honest. I think you need to take a pencil and shove it down your urethra.
You are just wrong.
You're just
Down.
wrong.
I know every
Down
one of us
you.
so far has said it was quite forgettable, so I don't get how you.
Yeah, but you're forgetting how bad the other album was. It was just saved by that one song.
There was like 4 good songs on that album, and the rest was just like a literal mess.
Yeah, literally.
The rest sounded like when you've got to gargle salt water because your tooth hurts.
Or when you're like, that sound of licking the salt off a Pringle. That scraping sound.
Well, often this song would go with their next album, and to be honest, I don't really notice much difference other than a bit more screamo. So, could argue.
Yeah, you could, but you shouldn't.
Shouldn't. Yeah.
To be fair, Joe, you pulled it back at the end because Rain is a great song. But I found the other two that you mentioned, like, some of the most forgettable, to be honest.
I kind of gave away that I liked this album while I was sat in the car with Denver and Will. And I started singing along to the songs and bobbing along. And Will just looked at me like, "So you like it?" And I was like, "No."
I fucking hate it. Bro. Then again, when we did the Kalo album, I started screaming the fucking, what is it called? Milu Mlaskova, or the Volva Sky, or whatever the fuck it is.
What,
We were just screaming it in the car. Denver was trying to sleep. And
Everyone's like passed out.
Fuck you, no way. This song's amazing.
I can't remember how to pronounce that.
You said like Mili Mlaskova.
Hang on, I had it in my notes of how to pronounce it.
Look it up.
We got Gaskalai or something.
It's not. It was like an M for some reason, even though it's V. It was like an M. Mili Mlaskova.
Mori Madlaskuri.
See?
Mori Madlaskuri. Something like that.
What a fucking great song. Tell you what, that album was the last album that we listened to where I like genuinely cared about the songs that came up and were really memorable.
Yeah, and yet
It's like
Joe and Denver were like, not
yeah, but what I mean is since then we've just had like, although we've had good albums since then, it's just been like nothing that I've ever remembered.
I'd agree with that. Like this, the Monomania one,
Biffy.
Seeker, they're all very similar. They're two similar
we have really similar things, but I you saw my playlist the other day. Will I literally all the Monomania songs are on there.
To be fair,
That's fair. Like you like them, but I mean me personally, there hasn't been an album in a while that's really gripped me.
No,
I was hoping this would be it because 100th album.
Woo!
I thought this album had a lot of like funky beats to it. I thought it was quite different from any sort. It didn't really feel very metally, other than the fact that they were playing like metal tones. And there was very little screamo. Only Tapping Out had any screamo in it at all. I do feel like that's because they got rid of their screamo guy.
Right, where is he?
He's not in the band anymore.
Right, where'd they put him?
They shoved him away. But that sounds right. I was reading into it a bit. It sounds like the band had like a big fallout, like 2 members left.
They didn't tour for a long time.
So they're everyone who's currently in the band is listed as doing unclean lyrics now. So all of them will do a screamo bit.
Yeah, but they've what was it? Fuck, never mind. Just ignore me. Sorry.
I thought throughout the whole album, it had really catchy choruses, but then often the verses you couldn't remember them. But the second, pretty much any song when I'd play it, and the chorus go up, it's it's this song. I'd remember it then, but I couldn't remember it outside of that. This album didn't do nearly as well, as in ratings wise. Even though you say it's way better than the other albums, but within the genre it's in, it actually did a lot worse.
Really?
Well, but
it didn't even get in the top 100 charts.
I think that's because it flips it up in the same way that Bring Me the Horizon did a different album entirely, didn't they? And that you've probably got some diehard fans who were like, I really liked it when it sounded like it was guttural trash.
Yeah, that's true. And they were in 2016. They were nominated for having the best fans, the most dedicated fans.
I feel dedicated to issues.
So, to the fans, I guess they didn't really like this album so much.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Least favourite, Flexing.
Hey.
Again, I was listening to that and I'm like, I'm not sure if I hate this or love this. Like, I honestly, I don't know. I think I hate it, but then sometimes I listen to it as but it's quite funky.
It is.
But I decided I hated it.
Oh, the thing is, Will hasn't seen any of the videos, so he doesn't know how cool the bassist is.
Is the bassist cool?
He's fucking awesome. Like, he's just this, like, hench black dude with, like, dreads.
What were you gasping at, Joe?
You saying you hated it?
What, Flexing?
Oh, I thought you meant the whole album.
Are you okay? What are you doing? Are you on your phone?
Literally, I'm not. No, I must have
just
missed.
zoned out.
I must have missed when he said flexing. Like,
oh, so you just thought I was talking about the album? Not sure if I hated it or loved it.
Yeah, and,
right.
and I hated it, and I was like,
I thought the album was just full of good songs, but no great song.
Yeah.
So there was kind of like 5 songs that I liked on this album, and it was really difficult to get the order. But so I ended up going for "Your Sake" as my 3rd favorite. It's a classic, my kind of acoustic piece where it's not guitar acoustic; it's just piano and a great voice that just drives the song. Nothing else needed, just great. 2nd favorite, not one any of you mentioned, but was "Without You."
Mm.
I thought that was really funky, but just with
That was a good song.
metal instrument. So I thought it was really cool. Because I don't always with metal is I dislike the screamo, not necessarily the tones. Having said that, though, my favourite was the only one with screamo in it, and that was "Tapping Out." I thought that had
Fourth song is always the best song.
I thought that song hit the hardest. I thought it had the best hook, and the screamo could have done with a few lines less screamo, but it still stood out the most. Like it's the only one that I could instantly recall how it goes in my head. Every other song I'd be like, oh, hang on, I'd have to play it, you know? Like even Downfall, when I look at that, I think of Downfall from KSI. I don't remember how that one goes, but not how this Downfall. Even though I would say Downfall was in my honourable mentions, and I like that song. And also my other honourable mention was Get It Right. So that was also really funky. But other than that, the whole forgettableness, I think, stands true. Other than for Tapping Out, I could just remember Tapping Out clearly. I put it as my number 1 song on the album.
Tapping Out was originally my number 1.
Oh, sorry, Denver. It was his. You can't pick that.
And that's the one the fans like.
Yeah, it is the most fun. I just felt like the tapping out now. I just felt like it wasn't as catchy as some of the other choruses.
Potentially, but I think it worked best with also the instruments that were playing, made it feel. But I don't know. Yeah. I liked it.
No, I know what you mean.
I think I do prefer the other screamo guy on the old album, but maybe that's just in a funny way because the few songs I liked him on in the previous one, he did just enough to be like, just a little bit of salt on the top of the song, you know.
Or like a lot of salt.
I prefer the unclean vocals in this. I really do.
Is that what they call screamo? Unclean vocals?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or they just call it screaming.
Oh,
that's what it lists as on Wikipedia. It's dirty lyrics.
Dirty vocals.
This is a random facts, but Against the Current get like 3 million monthly listeners now. I remember when they got like 100,000. Like, holy shit.
Joe's an OG.
I'm an OG.
Like,
they're a fucking big band. It just came up on Spotify as I was fucking.
Denver's like, how did you know what I was going to pick next?
Right, ratings time.
7.
6.
7.5.
7.
Hey,
very close now. I mean, a 6, Will, is like more than what you made it out. How much you liked it.
You talked about this like it was like the dirt boot.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
And you gave it above average.
No, I didn't.
And the only like the 3 positive things you said were immediately followed up by negative things as well.
No, because I would give that their previous album like a 7.5. I just feel like this is a worse version of their last album.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot you were wrong. What did you get, Denver?
Final score of 27.5, so slightly above the consistently trash approved score of 26.
Nice. What did Biffy get?
22.5.
Fuck you,
Fuck
Will.
you, Will. Nice.
This album was way better.
It was.
All my last, like, all the way back to KSI, I have given, like, about the same, within the same 2 score. Like, between 5 and 7.
Bro.
Nice.
Just a run of alright to good albums.
Just kissing.
Next album.
Alright. Sorry,
It's
Joe.
5 Seconds of Summer. 5 Seconds of Summer.
Nice.
Cool.
Fuck me. That's
Good
a
band.
I mean, I'm not saying anything. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. Like, good.
Fucking hell. Youngblood has 1 billion views.
Any closing thoughts, Joe?
Did you know that rabbits can't puke?